Okay, another one is that this is for the two unknown equation. The equation is a two unknown equation. And also we can also solve for the three unknown equation. So how to solve it? So for example, A1 I1 plus A2 I2 plus A3 I3 is equal to N1. And similarly, B1 I1 plus B2 I2 plus B3 I3 is equal to N2. And also C1 I1 plus C2 I2 plus C3 I3 is equal to N3. So you can calculate the determinant I1. So that way the first column will be the formula N1, N2, N3. Second column A2, B2, C2. Third column A3, B3, C3. And this is also the formula A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. So this is that you can calculate the I1. And similarly, you can also calculate the I2. The I2 formula is the determinant A1, B1, C1. So this is the N1, N2, N3. So this is for the A3, B3, C3. Divided by so A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. So this is I2. And also you can calculate I3. So that will be the first column we use A1, B1, C1. So this is A2, B2, C2. So this is N1, N2, N3. So divided by A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. So this is we calculate the determinant like this. So when we solve this determinant, the method is that we write the I1. So firstly you write the N1, N2, N3. So this is the A2, B2, C2, A3, B3, C3. This is the original one. This one also the A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, A3, B3, C3. This is the original. The original, you have to put another first two columns. First two columns is this two columns. This two columns. Also this two columns, you put here. So put again, N1, N2, N3, A2, B2, C2. And also denominator, A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2. You copy the first two columns. After first two columns, you have to multiply. I show you today. So that will be as I1 will become as N1, N2, N3, A2, B2, C2, A3, B3, C3. And also N1, N2, N3, A2, B2, C2. Divided by, that will also lead us A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, A3, B3, C3. Then again, A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, and C2. So we got like this. Original column, we just copy the two columns. And then you have to multiply. This direction multiply is ever positive. This is positive. The red line is positive. So this is positive. So then you also multiply in this way. So this green line is negative. This is negative. And you multiply, this is negative. And multiply, this is negative. So by this way you can calculate So you multiply with V1 means A1, B2, C3 plus A2, B3, M3 plus A3, M2, C2. This is positive. This is the whole thing positive. And then you put a negative. So the bar, so this is N3, P2, A3 plus C2, P3, N1 plus C3, N2, A2 and the bracket. Also, denominator also the same. A1, B2, C3 positive, A2, B3, C1 positive, A3, B1, C2 positive. So you write A1, B2, C3 plus A2, B3, C1 plus A3, B1, C2. This is a positive. Then negative. So this one multiplied this way. C1, B2, A3 negative. C2, B3 is A1 negative. C3, B1, A2 negative. So this is as C1, B2, A3 plus C2, B3, A1 plus C3, B1, A2. So this is for the solution of the determinant. This means that when the equations are complicated, so we utilize the determinant to solve it. In this problem, we have to find the current I1 and I2. So firstly, you have to put the positive and negative. So battery is ever positive, stock one is a positive, bottom negative. So the current flow in this direction, so I1 will be this one positive, this one negative. And this one current flow down, so there will be a positive, negative. And similarly, this one is a positive, negative. Okay. So this is the blue wave is a blue 1, and green is a blue 2. So this is, we can write this one is a blue 1. This is blue 1, and green is a blue 2. Green blue is blue 2. So blue 1 and blue 2. So firstly, we saw that thing called as a blue 1. This is a blue 1. Okay, blue 1. So the way to write the current equation. So current coming from here, you start walking from this way. So you start going to walk from this way. And also this one you're going to walk in this way. Okay, you walk from this way. So first you see a negative. You see a negative sign, just write a negative. 48 plus. Then you see the positive side. So just like a positive. So resistance current I1, resistance is R1. Multiply and then go down. So then we will you see the positive. Current I1, resistance R3. And then you see the positive sign gain, positive 20 volt. A is equal to 0. So we got. So this one we can write minus 15 plus I1. R1 resistance is already given the 4 plus I1 resistance, RB resistance is already given the 10 plus 20 is equal to 0. So this becomes 4I1 plus so in this case, this direction, R3 is not only this I1 because of at the R3, yes, this current I1 is down, I2 is up. So this is at the R3, so this is I1 minus I2 into R3. So I1 minus I2 is R3, so this is here, so you can put the thing. So this is 4R1 and this is I1 minus I2. And the R3 is at 10 plus 20 is equal to 0. So then you solve this one. So that is minus 15 plus 4I1 plus 10I1 minus 10I2 plus 20 equal to 0. So that will be Yeah, first line, yes. I1 minus I2. So say I1 plus I1 minus I2 into R3. So this ones are you substitute, so there will be the 14 I1 minus 10 I2. The plus 5 equal to 0. So 14 I1 minus 10 I2 equal to minus 5. So this is equation 1. Similarly, you write the equation for the U2. So U2 is a green rule. So this is the U2. U2, so you firstly you see that negative sign. You go here, you see the negative 20. Negative 20 plus. And then this one is it. So this is the I2 minus I1. So this is currently outward, so I2 minus I1. So you see the positive side. So in this case, I2 minus I1, you see that here is a negative side. So this is a negative R3. Plus. So this is you see the positive side 5 and the I2 R2. So positive I2 R2. And you see here is negative 40. So negative 40 is equal to 0. So then when you solve this one, this will be the minus 20 plus this is the I2 minus I1. So minus R3. Minus R3 means that minus 10 plus I2 R2. So this is the I2. R2 is the 5 minus 40 equal to 0. So that way you solve here, so minus 20 minus 10 I2 plus 10 I1 plus 5 I2 minus 40 equal to 0. So that way we get 10 I1 minus 5 I2. That way it's minus 50 equal to 0. So 10 I1 minus 5 I2 equal to 50. This is equation 2. Okay, so equation 1 and 2, so this is where to compare. So this is for the equation 1, 14 I1 minus 10 I2 is equal to minus 5. So you compare with the here, AI1 plus A1 I1 plus A2 I2. You compare with, so A1 I1 plus A2 I2. This is the N1. Therefore the A1 is equal to 14, A2 is equal to minus 10, N1 is equal to minus 5. You got? And similarly, equation 2. So equation 2 is that you can write the things 10 I1 minus 5 I2 is equal to 50. So this is equation 2. So you compare with the B1 I1 plus B2 I2. B1 I1 plus B2 I2 is equal to N2. So B1 is equal to 10, B2 is equal to minus 5, and do equal to 50. So you now use the formula. I1 is equal to N1 B2 minus N2 A2 divided by A1 B2 minus B1 A2. So I1 you can calculate. N1 B2 minus N2 A2 divided by A1 B2 minus B1 A2. So the N1 you can substitute now. N1 is equal to minus 5. B2 is equal to, you calculate the minus 5. Minus N2 is equal to 50. A2 is equal to that minus 10. Divided by A1 B2. A1 is 14. B2 is that minus 5. Minus B1. So B1 is 10. And A2 is minus 10. So that will be 25 plus 600 divided by minus 70 plus 100. So this is 625 divided by 30. So you got this I1. Yes, it's I1.
Now this I see Jody versus 14 I1 minus 10. 10Y2, let's say number 1, the end of the circle ends it.
Yes. The 14.
Above, see the circle up.
Minus 5.
Yeah, but then you shouldn't say 1 in the circle.
This is equation 2. Equation 2. No, this is the equation 1. And similarly, you can calculate the I2. So I2 formula is that you can calculate. So the formula is that A1 M2 minus B1 M1 divided by A1 minus A2 and B1 minus B2. So this is that A1 M2 minus B1 M1 divided by A1 B2 minus B1 A2. So you substitute here. So the A1 value is that we already got the A1 is a 14 multiply M2. So M2 is a 50 minus a B1 10 and the M1. M1 is a minus 5. So that's what the denominator is the same 30. So this is a 840 and plus 500. So by 30. So this is a 1340 by 30. So you got the I2 like this. Okay, start same way with the current source and the voltage source. So there are the two kinds of source. One is the battery source. Listen. So this is for the 15 volts are provided. So that will be the 3 branch, 3 loop. One loop is the 8 ohm, 3 ohm, another is the 3 ohm, 5 ohm, 2 ohm, another is the 8 ohm, 10 ohm, and 5 ohm. So in this case, we have to find the current direction. First, you have to put the positive and negative. So batteries are longer terminal is the positive and shorter is negative. So we assume that this one current will be the I1. Current I1 is flowing like this, and current I2 will flow like this, and the current I3 will be flowing like this. I1, I2, I3 will be flowing like this. So that when the I1 flow, so this terminal is for the 8 ohm, the flowing point is a positive, and flow point is a negative. So that we have to put the positive negative side. So follow this one. Follow this circuit. Follow this circuit for example, you can put a name. So this is a loop 1. So this is a loop 2. And this one is a loop 3. Loop 1, loop 2, and the loop 3. So loop 1, so follow this resistor 8 ohm. This one is a positive, this is a negative. This is flowing by flow of 1. And this one also positive and a negative. This is for the loop 1. For the loop 2, the current I will flow, so this one will be the positive, this one will be negative. So this is a positive, this is negative. This is positive, this is negative. And for the loop 3, the current I will flow here is this one positive, this one negative. This is positive, this is negative. So positive and negatives are depending on the current direction. For the loop 1, current I1 is flowing. Current I1 flowing so that for the 8 ohm flowing by positive, flow by negative. 3 ohm flowing by positive, flow by negative. And similarly for the loop 2, loop 2 current I2 is flowing so that for the 3 ohm flowing by positive, flow by negative. And 5 ohm flowing by positive, flow by negative. And 2 ohm flowing by the positive, flow by negative. And similarly loop 3, so current I3 is flowing. So that for the 8 ohm flowing by positive, flow by negative. 5 ohm flowing is positive, flow of negative. 10 ohm flowing is a positive and the flow is negative. First step is you have to put the direction.
So in loop 1,
yes, loop 1.
so negative to negative.
Yes, this is it. Because this current direction starts from here. So battery ever positive and negative. The top one positive. So but for the other passive equipment, passive elements are depend on the current direction. So if we our ever positive, flow is ever negative. So firstly we draw like this. And then we have to find the current equation. So current equation we have to write down so that Firstly, you go to the loop 1. So you walk through this loop. You walking through this loop in this direction. So then, firstly you see the negative 15 plus. Okay, so for the 8 ohm resistor, I1 current is there are difference between two currents, I1 and I2. So we assume that the I1 is greater than I2. So then we current with the I1 minus I3, two direction. This loop 1, the current through I1, loop 3 the current is I3. So that within the 8 ohm resistor, there are two currents are opposite. So I1 current and the I2 current, I3 current. So we assume that the I1 is greater than I3, so that there will be the I1 minus I3. And so this is for that you can see that this one is for the I1 is greater, so the I1 current is clockwise. So clockwise current, so you can see the positive side. So that will be positive. So minus 15 plus positive. Positive I1 minus I3 and multiply with 8 ohm. Plus. And also the 3 ohm resistor. 3 ohm resistor, so that you get that with is a positive. And so this is a I1 minus I2. And multiply with 3 ohm. So that way is 0. So that we calculate. So that will be the multiply with I1. So this is a 8I1 minus 8I3 plus 3I1 minus 3I2. Minus 15 go to the other side. That will plus 15. So that there is a 8I1, 3I1. So you get H 11I1. And also you see the minus 3I2. So minus 3I2. And finally some minus 8I3 is equal to 15. So this is for the equation 1. Equation 1 for loop 1. Okay, then you have to calculate for the loop 2. So loop 2 you find. So loop 2, so the current direction. So we assume that the I3 is greater than the I2 is greater than the I1 because this direction here for the 3 ohm, I2 current and the I1 currents are flowing. So we assume that the I2 is belong to the loop 2. So we assume that I2 is greater than the I1. So that will be the I2 minus I1. The I2 minus I1 current firstly face a positive. Here positive 3 ohm. So write the positive and multiply with 3. Plus. And then for the 5 ohm, there are two currents are flowing. I2 and the I3. So we assume that the I2 is greater than the I3. So that way we start calculate I2 minus I3. And so when the I2 minus I3, you are working on this loop, this direction. So you can see there's a positive side. So you can see the positive side, so you have to put the positive. Multiply, resistance 5 ohm. Plus. And also the 2 ohm resistor, there is only the I2 flowing. I2 flowing, you see the positive side. So that way is a positive. So I2 multiply with resistance value 2 is equal to 0. Because there is no battery, so everything will be 0. So this one we start calculate. Then we will start 3I2 minus 3I1 plus 5I2 minus 5I3 plus 2I2 is equal to 0. Okay, this is a minus 3I1. So we substitute this was a minus 3I1 and I2, 3I2 and 5I2. So there is a 3I2 and a 5I2. So how many I2? 3I2, 5I2, positive 3I2, positive 5I2, and also the positive 2I2. So you add everything, there will be a 10I2. So minus 3I1 plus 10I2. And then finally you got the I3. So minus 5I3. There will be minus 5I3. Is equal to 0. So this is the equation 2. Equation 1 is 11I1 minus 3I2 minus 8IB is equal to 15. So equation 1. Equation 2 is minus 3I1 plus 10I2 minus 5I3 is equal to 0. So this is equation 2. And then you also see as loop 3. And loop 3, the current flowing like this. I3 is majorly flowing. So the I3 is passing through the 8 ohm. So on the into the 8 ohm, there are two current flowing, I3 and the I1 flowing. So we assume that the I3 is bigger than the I1. So I3 is bigger than I1, so then we use I3 minus I1. So if you are working on this group, you can see the positive side. So you see the positive side, put the positive side. Multiply with the resistance 8 ohm plus. And then I10 ohm. So 10 ohm is the I3 current flowing and the 10 ohm. So I3 into 10. So this is for that you see the positive. Plus. And now let's say 5 ohm. And 5 ohm is the two current flowing. I3 and I2. So we assume that the I3 is greater than I2. So that we subtract I3 minus I2. So when you are walking around here, you will see the positive side. So put the positive. And the resistance value is 5 ohm. So all the thing will be 0. So this is the positive I3 minus I1 multiplied with 8 plus I3 plus 10 plus positive I3 minus I2 multiplied 5 is equal to 0. So you now open at this one. So this is the 8I3 minus 8I1 plus 10I3 plus 5I3 minus 5I2 is equal to 0. So then we solve this one. This way is minus 8I1. And then you can see the minus 5I2. Okay, I3 is everything. So this is the 8 plus 10 plus 5. Then with the positives are 23 are I2, 3. It's equal to 0. So that way the 3, equation 3. So this 3 equation we saw and we will find as a current I3. I1, I2, I3. So this one we calculate for the equation there. This is AI1 plus A1I1 plus A2I2 plus A3I3 is equal to N1 and the B1 I1 plus B2I2 plus B3I3 is equal to M2 and C1 I1 plus C2I2 plus C3I3 is equal to M3. So this is for we use the determinant before the equation. So I1 is equal to N1, N2, N3. So this is the A2, B2, C2, A3, B3, C3, and divided by A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, and A3, C3, C3. So determinant. And similarly, I2 you can calculate by determinant. So this is a A1, B1, C1, N1, M2, M3. So A3, B3, C3. And divided by A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. And similarly, you also calculate I3. I3 is A1, A2, N1, B1, B2, M2, C1, C2, M3. and divided by A1, A2, A3, D1, 3. Okay, so we calculate for the sum. These are determinant equation. And after that, here we only need a 10 ohm resistor. 10 ohm resistor, you only need to find the I3. Your I3 is only flowing with 10 ohm resistor. So therefore, that we only have to find this determinant. So we use this determinant to find the I3. So this determinant we utilize. So in this case, A1 is 11. So P1 is similar to the 3. P1 is a minus 3. And C1 is minus 8. And similarly, A2, B2, you substitute. So we substitute each equation will be like this. IB is equal to 11 minus 3 minus 8. Minus 3, 10 minus 5. 15, 0, 0. Yeah. So this one will be the 11 minus 3 minus 8. Minus 3, 10 minus 5 minus 8 minus 5, 23. Then we got the I3. We write again. So this is 11 minus 3 minus 8. Minus 3, 10, minus 5, 15, 0, 0, and you get 11, minus 3, minus 8, minus 3, 10, minus 5. And this one also you write 11, minus 3, minus 8, minus 3, 10, minus 5, minus 8, minus 5, 23. So this one you write 11, minus 3, minus 8, minus 3, 10, minus 5. So we multiply with this correction. We multiply. So this item is everything positive, and that one will be negative. So we solve this one. So that will be 10, 11, multiply 10, multiply 0, plus minus 3, multiply 0, multiply minus 8, plus 15, multiply minus 3, multiply minus 5. And this one is all are positive. And this is negative. Negative is minus 8, multiply 10, multiply 15, plus minus 5, multiply 0, multiply 11, plus 0, multiply minus 3, multiply minus 3. And this is the divide. Dividers are we also calculate. So 11 multiplying 10 multiplying 23 plus minus 3 multiply minus 5 multiply minus 8 plus minus 3 multiply. So minus 8 multiply. Yes. Minus 3 minus 8 multiply minus 3 multiply minus 5. This is negative, so that will be the minus 8 multiply 10 multiply minus 8 plus minus 5 multiply minus 5 multiply 11 plus 23 multiply minus 3 multiply minus 3. Then we solve this one to the current. To the current we got this to the current. This is 1/22 ampere. Okay, this for the part G48. I try to finish as much as but not can't get through. So I continue the G47.
So what are you going to
G47. Yes. Product you do 6 G47.